It has now finally come the time for me to man up and buy a Ferrari, and that Ferrari is going to be... Hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass. Vlogari starts now. You join me in a suite in the Una Hotel Casani in Milan. Last night these guys found out I was starting Vlogari today and upgraded my hotel room. What absolute legends. So today marks the start of what I hope is going to be an epic 3 weeks travelling around Italy and some of the neighbouring countries and experiencing as many cars and as many places as possible. But also, let's not forget that this is my tribute tour to the Ferrari's 70th anniversary. So every week there will be one or two sort of Ferrari specific videos. And before we get into today's Ferrari specific topic, I've got to go and pick up the car that I'm going to be using for the next 3 weeks. Now, when I did Vlog Angeles, I was shocked by how easy it was to arrange things. I turned up with not much planned and somehow things fell into place, but it was a very stressful experience. For Vlogari, I've worked my arse off to try and arrange as much as possible in advance, but Italians being Italians, they're all a little bit more laid back about things, and the car that I'm supposed to be collecting right now is in a Bath 124 Spider. More to come on that, hopefully, tomorrow. But I've arrived at the pickup location, which is literally, I don't even know where, and the car's not here. So I called my contacts and they went, oh, the car was collected at 9 AM this morning. Not by me. So I'm now stranded. I've checked out of my hotel. I've got filming commitments in about 2 hours in Modena, and I've got a hotel to get to in Florence tonight. This could be a very interesting way to start Vlogari and not such a great omen. Anyway, I'm sitting around waiting for somebody, hopefully very nice, to call me back from a bath and hopefully deliver me a car. So after all that, the Abarth 124 Spider, which I'm going to be using for the next 3 weeks, has arrived. And my first challenge is trying to fit all of these bags in here. Not only do I have enough bags to last me for 3 weeks, but I also have my girlfriend with me this week, so she has her bag too. We're about to find out how big the 124 Spider boot is. It's already getting some appreciation there. And what feels like a full-on workout later, somehow, they're in. I'm not sure there could have been a much more stressful way to start Vlogari than this, but anyway, I am now finally in the car, pouring with sweat, and I can make my way to Modena, the home of Ferrari, and if anywhere is going to rescue me from the hell that this morning has been, it's surely going to be there. This day was sent to test me. I've now come across some really bad traffic on the Italian autostrada. I need to get to Modena. I said I'd get there, originally I said I'd get there at 1, then it was 2, and 3, now 5, and my ETA on Google Maps is 5:30 and I need to get fuel. Unfortunately, because of the entire issue with this car. It's filthy dirty and low on fuel. If I don't know what's going to happen if I don't get there by, well, I'm not going to get there by 5, but the guys, well, if I don't get there, I'll explain why I was trying to get there, but fingers crossed. Something, why, Vlogari, why? 2.5 hours later, and I've now finally made it to my destination in the little 124 Spider, which is filthy. That needs a full valet car wash ASAP. But the reason I've been so desperate to get down here to what I probably called the home of Ferrari, I think we all know that the current home of Ferrari is Maranello. I am just south of Modena, which was kind of like the birthplace of Ferrari. The reason I've been so desperate to get down here, which you've probably worked out now by the title of the video, is to talk to you about this, the Ferrari 360. Now, excuse me because I am sweating profusely, and that is because the cars in this dealership are incredible. I feel like I should be doing another episode of my hunt for a classic car, but we're not here to do that. We're here to talk about these cars. This is Best Auto, and I managed to find these guys online, browsing through the classifieds, and the reason I came here specifically rather than just a generic Ferrari location is because these 1, 2, 3 360s all come with the manual gearbox. Now, a month or so ago, I made a video basically announcing the fact that I was selling the 540C and the Abarth 695 Biposto, and in that video, I said that my next car would be a Jaguar F-Type SVR, and I had a number of reasons as to why that was being lined up to be my next car, but that very night, the very night I made that podcast video, I had a dream. I had a dream that I owned a manual Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale. I woke up and I was like, how can I make that happen? Went online and was blown away by the fact that Ferrari 360s with they didn't actually make a manual Challenge Stradale. Someone did convert a Stradale to manual recently, but let's forget about that. From factory, they weren't manual. But a standard manual 360 was like 10 or 20 grand cheaper than an F-Type SVR. And I was like, interesting. I have always said on this channel and in life, the day that I decide to buy a Ferrari, it has to be the right Ferrari. I could probably go out there, sell everything I own, sell my sister's cat, sell my lungs, and scrape together every single coin under my sofa and somehow buy a used 458, but I don't really want a used 458. It's not the Ferrari that I first fell in love with. Whilst the 360, and of course, as you guys know, the Challenge Stradale was, when I was growing up, 10 or 12 years old, this was the Ferrari on the road. This was the car that I was like, oh my freaking God, what is that brand? How do I get it in my life? And it's always struck me as a little weird that the rest of the world seems to have kind of neglected the standard 360. I'd always written it off in my books because the F1 gearbox was a bit poo. I mean, it was a very early sequential gearbox, so it was kind of lazy. It was a bit like the E-gear in a Lamborghini. So I was like, I don't want to live with that. It's just going to cost me a lot of money. It's not going to work. I'm going to have a headache, and I'm not going to enjoy the Ferrari ownership experience. But I'd basically forgotten that, of course, they made manual 360s. It was before the time when everything was only offered in automatic. So suddenly, I was looking at a car that I'd always loved that was affordable, at least more affordable than the car that I thought I was going to buy, with a manual gearbox, a manual V8 Ferrari. It was dawning on me very quickly that maybe now, finally, it was the time to actually grow some balls and buy a car with a prancing horse on it. So after what was probably one of the best experiences of my life, but the best Ferrari experience of my life last month in California, but also talking to a lot of friends and just kind of mulling over the idea, I have finally decided. I can tell you, being a very sweaty man sat in a beautiful yellow manual 360, that it is now finally come the time for me to man up and buy a Ferrari, and that Ferrari is going to be a manual 360. It is going to, I think, end me financially, because whilst it is affordable on a price level, I think the running costs are going to be horrific. But I'm hoping a little bit less than a car with an F1 box in. And just look. Oh, that gated gearbox. I need to find time to drive one. I'm hopefully, potentially going to come back here to Best Auto during Vlogari to actually take one of these out on the road. Today has been such a nightmare, so all over the place, that I've rushed here to do this video. It's something I've been wanting to get off my chest for so long that I felt I had to get here no matter what happened. But the other thing is, this sort of other reasoning behind this is it goes against everything that I said in my F-Type SVR announcement, or the video I did with Tony, that I was being more sensible, having one car that I could use day in, day out, because a manual 360 is definitely not a dailyable car. It's not going to happen. It's going to cost me too much. These cars weren't built to be used every day. It was long before Ferraris were dailyable supercars. But because it's a little bit cheaper, and because the sort of future values or predicted values are better than an F-Type SVR, the financing is easier, which will hopefully allow me to sort of keep the Abarth or upgrade the Abarth to something a little bit more powerful as a sort of more dailyable sports car. So I could still have... Why am I having two cars? This was the whole thing. I've lost the plot. I've honestly lost the plot, but because there's now the actual prospect of me owning a Ferrari, I don't think I care. Look at this. Look at it. Now, these three cars themselves actually here at Best Auto are pretty awesome freaking examples. This first one in yellow, I'm assuming this is a Jada Modena, which is just perfect, I think, on the 360, and obviously harks back to Yellow Crew with a Barthy, and then a very nice black interior. Look at that gearbox. What a beauty. For me personally, I really want the Challenge grille on the back, which is the black grille here, similar to the Challenge Stradale. It is retrofittable, so you can retrofit it. Again, I also think I would want the Challenge Stradale wheels. I'm essentially making a rip-off Challenge Stradale, but yes, yellow, big fan of. I want to show you quickly here the Spider. I personally don't think I'd consider the Spider, but this one is incredibly nice because it has the race seats. Again, I'm trying to, I kind of want to make as close to a Stradale as possible, a manual Stradale as possible, and I think these seats, whilst they might not be as comfortable, are just cooler all round. I'll show you this final red one because if I'm buying my first Ferrari, should it be red? Probably. This also has the very nice shields on the side, which are, I think, an essential. You got them on both cars, and then this one's got the lovely tan interior, which if I can do tan with the racing seats, oh, that would be dreamy. But yeah, tough call in terms of paint between Rosso and the yellow over here. If I'm honest, today is the first day of Vlogari, has not gone to plan, but I'm so grateful for the guys at the Best Auto. They literally have stayed open just to have me go down. I'm super late, it's 6:20. I think everything in Italy closes about 3 p.m. So massive thanks to them for being so welcoming. But yeah, it's not the way that I planned to start this adventure, but I'm so glad that I have that sort of news off my chest. It means I can crack on. Lot of aircon needed. Crack on with this week with sort of excitement and embrace Ferrari as what I hope will be soonish. It's gonna take me a while to find a proper decent manual 360. They don't come around all that often, but at least I feel excited. I feel very excited. Anyway, I've now got 2.5 more hours to my hotel tonight, which is in Florence. It's not the kind of music I listen to, I promise. That was embarrassing. But yeah, another 2.5 hours now to Florence. Oh, yeah. Anyway, hopefully things are going to look up from tomorrow.